She's here to show you how to create trendy 3D wall art that is perfect for your fashion-forward teen. Orly Shanny.
Yes.
Woo! Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
I just was blown away by this.
It's incredible.
Sincerely, when we came in rehearsals, I'm like, what? What?
I know. You know what? I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to create it. Letitia, who's one of our great producers on the show, texted me this photo and was like, maybe, can you, question mark?
Yeah.
Please? And so I knew that the idea was something that was really cool and really special. And what I love about it so much is that if you do have a teenager who is into design and appreciates fashion, this is a really, really cool opportunity for them to design. Because all of these little petals and each flower, the color, the texture, they have to learn how to play with them, how to create shape, how to create dimension. So it's a really, really fun way for them to play around and also create some beautiful decor
And
for their room.
don't get me on a pedestal about arts in schools. They're so important, and they keep getting cut back more and more. This is a great, opens your child's mind up to
like
creativity.
you said, to try all different things.
Yeah.
And
So
textures
you're using artificial flowers here?
Yes, absolutely. So, you know, I would say you could potentially do it with dried flowers, although it might crinkle and crack. You know, I would be a little careful with that. Real flowers are going to eventually dry, and you can't
glue as
you're
well.
gluing them. Yeah, so this is really something for artificial flowers, and this is one of those things that you don't need a ton. So if you've got a bunch of the, I mean, obviously here at Home and Family we have an entire room, you know, of artificial flowers, but you don't need a ton. So, like, I grabbed this big, you know, situation here, and I took off. Yeah, and you can see on that first one over there, this one here, I don't know if you can see, but I was able to just pull off a few to create the top of that dress. So it's not like I have to destroy all the flowers and I can never use them again.
And the sketches, how do you get the sketches?
You can just look on Google. So if you Google, you know, fashion design template or fashion design sketch template, a bunch come up that are free downloads. And that's how I actually got started with that earlier this morning. So I want you guys to take a look from the top. So the first thing I did was when I printed it, because it was a free download, the resolution wasn't that amazing. So it came out kind of grainy. So then I just used a Sharpie to draw it out. Now it does two things. It not only, you know, crisps up the image, but it also makes it look almost hand-drawn, as though I did that myself, which I cannot do. So the next thing was I just pulled off some different leaves, and I used this tacky glue to actually kind of adhere everything on. And one thing to consider with that glue is that it does take a little while to dry, so you're going to want to kind of leave it there. I even just cut little tiny petals for my shoes, and you really just start layering and creating. I decided to give each one of my girls a different hair color, so you can see that one has blonde hair there, and that's how that one came out. We've got, next to it, she's got pink hair, we've got blue hair, so that's another fun element as they can decorate the girls.
If I see this on the red carpet at the Oscars this year,
that's right.
We're going after someone.
That's right.
And the presentation too is stunning with the shadow box. And
that
it's
is
so great for a room.
Yeah, that's the next sort of thing to consider here. So what happens is when you buy your shadow box, it comes with the backing, which is this, which is obviously how it's going to hang, and it comes with one of these. This is like when you buy it in the store.
Right.
So I knew I needed a black backdrop. And if you look at the actual, we've already glued it down, but if you look at the actual cardboard, it has these grommets in it that are like the hooks, and it doesn't look nice. So we took all of these and just spray painted them black so that we would end up with a nice black surface. And the next thing you're going to do is we're going to take this one here. Oh, and you know what? Before I mount this, I actually want to show you guys something. So I'm going to show you into my phone kind of how this one was created, because the one that I did first was a smaller one, and I just want you to see. So it starts off there. And then I put two big ones down on the bottom, and I just sort of started layering as I went up. And I created the full dress that way. So I learned after I did my first one that it was actually easier to put glue on the dress and start from the bottom up to consider what should be on the outside and what should be on the inside. And then that's how it came out, and I added a couple little pops of color. Okay, so the last thing you're going to do is you can take regular tape and just roll it, or you can do, you know, this double stick. You know, depending on what you have at home, it's no biggie.
And is this a special weight? It's kind of a thicker paper, isn't it?
Yeah, this is cardstock.
Cardstock, okay.
And then you just want to center it. and then just press it down.
And the total cost is?
This is right around $12 versus probably 30 plus. I mean,
At
this is
least.
definitely handmade, and fashion sketches sometimes on their own are more expensive than that.
Now, are you limited? Is it better to do a smaller size because of the size of the flowers themselves versus doing something much larger?
What, the flowers you mean?
Yeah, no, the whole thing. Like if you're doing a shadow box and want to do something big, it seems like you're limited to this size.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to make something really big, you would just be using larger flowers. These, I use small ones and I cut them down, but the bigger you want to go for it.
It is
Blows my
beautiful.
mind.